It's the Cornermen Radio. We back at you live with Barzini and Boxingeye. I want to welcome our guest, Ernesto Rodriguez. How's it going today?
Hey, how's it going, Barzini? I'm doing well.
Oh, okay, man. Well, let's get into it, man. How did you hear about my show, man? I seen you made a comment on my Lara and Demetrius Andrade prediction and thing.
Yeah, actually, I've been watching and following your YouTube for a while, and I listen to it sometimes. I've been wanting to make a comment a long time ago, but it's like as a coach, you don't really want to get into these comments on social media. But
right.
I believe I made a comment on one of those that you made, and I was like, not true, because it wasn't accurate. I think the information they had given you, I think you got it from somebody else. But the Lara and Andrade, I don't know if I made a comment on that. I mean, Lara just ducking Andrade for real. I mean, that's the guy he should fight, And I just try not to get into social media because sometimes it's kind of hard, because you know boxing and you know what's going on, and you really just want to sit back and listen. But sometimes you feel compelled to just comment on it.
Right. Well, yeah, because you said they're not true, and I'm like, because Dan Rafael reported on ESPN, he's like, yo, supposedly Lara fighting Demetrius Andrade, and I'm like, and then you comment, I was like, not true. So I'm like, in my head, I'm kind of thinking, is the fight not true, or something I said in the fight? Because I know I said Jarrett Hurd ain't fighting Lara or Demetrius Andrade. So I was thinking maybe.
Now, when it came to Lara and Hurd, not true. That's not true. I would love to see Lara fight Andrade. That's the fight that they should be making. That's a fight that Lara should be targeting. She considers himself the best in the division. I mean, they're the top two senior fighters. They should be able to go ahead and go face to head to head, and let the chips fall where they fall. That's just my opinion of it.
Oh, okay. Because I noticed I just heard one of these journalists saying Lara is fighting Terrell Gausha in October. And I'm like, yep. I've never heard of Gausha before, but have you ever seen him before?
Yeah, that's a fight. That's a fight that's going to be made. I mean, I didn't want to put the business out there, but that is a fight that's supposed to be happening. Terrell Gausha is one of the Olympians. The decent fighter, very solid fighter. Hopefully he go out there and do his thing.
Who you think will win that fight?
I mean, I would like to see Lara win because Lara called Jarrett out. So, we have to take care of business with Austin Trout, and then the mandatory, and then possibly it could be Lara. I mean, that would be a fight that we definitely open for. I mean, it's not that we're not interested in it or anything like that. It's just you have the politics of boxing and you have to sanction it, mandatories and things like that you have to take care of first before you just jump into a fight like that. So I mean, I would like to see Lara win because if we can do present a good show against Austin Trout and win decisively, possibly stop him, and if we can, that will put us on that elite level where it could be a big money fight, with Lara.
Right. So the big fight got announced with Jarrett Hurd, your fighter, versus Austin Trout, September 30th. How did this fight come to fruition?
When Jarrett won the title, there was a fight for mandatory between Vitu and another guy, Michel, I believe it was. But prior to that, I know our team had been talking to Mr. Henry, and they were interested in getting the Austin Trout fight. They believe that would be a good fight for Jarrett. And we didn't oppose. We thought it would be a good fight for Jarrett. I mean, it's a tough fight, and we're not into ducking anybody, but we're looking to take fight and progression, and I think that's a good fight that allows Jarrett to progress and prepare him for a fight with a fight like Lara, a southpaw. You got Trout is a southpaw. You got Vitu is a southpaw. And if the fight with Lara materialized, he's another southpaw. That'd be 3 southpaws in a row, and I think that we'll be more than ready for a guy like Lara who just runs all over the ring. He's very good at what he does, and which is why a lot of people are not really interested in fighting him. I mean, you ask me, I wouldn't be interested in fighting him either. But he's the top of the division, and therefore, you have to beat the best in order to be the best. So he's just one of the guys that you have to get there. But his style of boxing is so unpredictable, so awkward. I mean, it's not crowd pleasing in my opinion, and but at this time it is what it is. You have to be the best to be the best. So he's considered the best, and that's what we eventually have to get to. But before going there, we have to make sure that we take care of business with Trout first.
Right. My next question, man. If I'm not mistaken, Jarrett Hurd sparred Austin Trout before, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, they have. They sparred maybe 2 years ago while he was down here in D.C. training.
How did the sparring went?
Sparring went well. I mean, it was a good sparring. I mean, Trout. He's Trout. He's attempted to use his legs and awkward movement, but Jarrett did very well. I mean, he landed some very good solid shots, and it was a learning experience. It kind of let us know that hey, if you can get in there with Trout and do well, during under those circumstances, you could do well with anybody. And 2 years later, he became a world champion. So, we definitely we know that sparring is fun. It's not actual fight, and we're quite aware of that. But he performed very well that day, and I was extremely pleased with what I saw that day.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was very surprised, man, when Jarrett Hurd and Austin Trout was being announced to fight because, Austin Trout just got a title shot, his last fight against the former champion, Jermell Charlo. And I'm like, and his next fight, he gets awarded with another title shot. So I'm like, how this guy keep getting title shots? And I want his promoter. Want his promoter.
Hey man, look, we don't deal with that part of the business. We just fight whoever they put in front of us, man. But I mean, I Trout is a good fighter, man. He did very well. He beat Cotto. He had a lot of 3 losses against the top of the division. So we like the challenge. I mean, if you can come in and make something happen, man, and really, explosive. I mean, now what is the Cornermen radio going to say about us next? That's what I want to hear. So when that fight, once that fight materializes, I'm expecting to hear big things coming from you.
Right. Well, is the game plan for y'all to beat Trout in a better fashion than Jermell Charlo and Erislandy Lara?
Absolutely. I mean, it is, man. These guys are good fighters. They're solid fighters. But the world hasn't seen the best of Swift Jarrett Hurd. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, Swift has the only fight that Swift has fought that actually he fought his style of fighting was against Gausha, because Gausha kept coming, and Swift was able to fight his style. All these other fights, Swift has actually had to adapt and change his style to come forward and to get these guys. That's not necessarily our type of fight. We're more of a counterpuncher. He's definitely an excellent counterpuncher, and Pac has a big right hand and some big body shots. But in order to make these fights materialize, we had to switch up our style and be the go-getter. And, you know, it causes Jarrett to sometimes lack on the defense a bit. But, you know, that's what champions do. They have to make adjustments to award the outcome that is supposed to be on our side. And he did that. And, you know, but, you know, I don't like to talk a whole lot, man. You know, we just like to do our talking in the ring. So, it's gonna be good, man. We're waiting for Trout. We're preparing for Trout. We are definitely gonna put on a great show, and then we got to get our mandatory, and then Lara or Charlo, any of them. We're not objecting none of them. You know, we just don't go out on the media and talk a whole bunch of stuff. We just rather do the talking in the ring. So, you know, this is the plan we got. So hopefully, you know, it can materialize well. And you know, we just sitting back and just waiting and do our job, do our work, and hey, we're gonna let the Cornermen do all the talking after
that. That's funny. Yo, how long you been training, Mr. Rodriguez?
Well, I've been training. I started out as an amateur fighter and I was a pro fighter. Then I became an actual trainer officially in 2000, and I joined the police department. And I decided to just come back and coach. So I've been training Swift, Jarrett Hurd, and his younger brother, which is Justin Hurd, another undefeated 302 KOs, super welterweight as well. Since about it was about 2001 when they came in the gym, something like that, 2001.
Wow. That's a long, like 16 years.
Yes, I've been training about that long. I've been training them, I wouldn't say 16 years, but I've been training maybe for about 12 or 13. They might have came in a little bit after that, a little later in 2001. But I've been training Jarrett for about 13 years.
13 years, oh, okay.
Yeah.
What are the other pros that the people that don't know that you do train besides Swift and everybody else?
Well, we have Justin Hurd, his brother. We also train. We call him the Gorilla, the Vanilla Gorilla. And we also have Brandon Quarles, another professional that we train as well. So we have about four pro fighters. I have about four fighters that I'm working with. Sam Cross is the Vanilla Gorilla. He's I believe he's 16-0, 4 knockouts right now. And Brandon Quarles is like 18-3, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay. Man, you got some good pros coming in.
Well, you know, we're doing all right. We just, you know, take it one day at a time, man, and try to help you develop you guys.
Right. Well, excluding Jarrett Hurd out of the equation, man, who you think is the best 154 fighter in the division?
Well, I mean, you have to give it to Lara because he's the one. He's the veteran. He's the one who's been in the major fights. He won some of the major fights. He lost some of the major fights. You know, he had that amateur pedigree, and you know, he has that longevity. So you have to say that Lara. I would consider Lara that's 160 pounds. His style is not crowd friendly, but you know, it is.
I know you said that previously, but I wanted to know your opinion. But besides what, you know, we know he's number one. He's rated number one. But I just want all the pros you have seen, like who you think, you know, besides your fighter, who you think, you know, got this division on lock if he get the opportunity.
At 154, I think number 2 will be Andrade. Demetrius Andrade. I would say he will fall in number 2 as the next guy. If I'm asking the question correct, I would say he's probably the next fighter that, you know, shines. He's 2-time world champion and Olympian. I mean, you know, you have to give these guys the do. I mean, they put in the work, and you know, they're doing their thing. They're winning. He's still undefeated, and he wants to fight Lara. You know, so hey, he's right under Lara. He's the regular WPA champ, so why not? They're speaking about eliminating all these titles. So, hey, you can start with that big fight.
Right. I'm so surprised that the 154 division got all these top, the best super skilled fighters between Jarrett Hurd, Erislandy, Lara, Demetrius, Andrade, Jermell, Charlo, and we can't get one unification. The last unification was Canelo Alvarez and Floyd Mayweather in 2013. That is really crazy, man. Like, just give me one, please.
Well, that's the business of boxing. I mean, it's more than just wanting to make a fight. I mean, I guess, you're talking about different promoters, managers. But most of them, I believe, they're on the high end, except with Demetrius Andrade. So, it's just negotiation. You got some people want the lion's share of the purse, others don't. I mean, you got two champions, so it has to be a negotiation. And, everything has to play a part in order for the fight to materialize.
Okay, man.
What's good, Yo.
Yeah, this is my co-host Boxingeye, Ernesto.
I'm late to the party. Now I was getting had to get a quick edge up. We talking boxing in the barber. We were talking boxing in the barbershop, man. And you already know what we were talking. You already know what we were talking about. Conor and Floyd. That other shit. But man, glad to have you on, bro. For sure, man.
Hey, man.
I'm over.
It's a pleasure. Me and Jerry, he's on the phone as well too, waiting on whenever y'all ready to change. The pleasure.
Yeah, I wanted to.
Come on.
If you know, man, but I'm probably like a lot of people, big boxing fans that saw Jarrett first time on Showbox when they were hyping up Frank Galarza, and like that's all they were talking about. And I'm like, man, I'm like, so I guess this guy Frank Galarza is supposed to win this fight. And then Jarrett came out there, smooth beast, man. That's what I called him when I first seen him. I was like, man, this is a smooth beast. And I'm like, man, he looks big. I'm like, him and Jermell, who moved up to middleweight, I'm like, those are two forces at the time. And then you guys ripped off a bunch of good wins since then. And I can't say, man, I've just been enjoying it. And I'm looking forward to being there at the Barclays Center. Hopefully, that fight's official, right, with Austin Trout?
Well, I'm going to put it out like this. It's supposed to be September 30th, however, it may change. We have word that the fight may change. So I couldn't tell you it's official now because it may change. The date may change. That's the word that I got a few days ago. So I can't tell you it's going to be on the 30th or when he's going to be there. So, that's where we at.
I was telling everybody about Hurd after that fight, man. So they're like, who? I'm like, watch out. That's a future champion. And then I'll tell him Barzini, Jesse, the other co-host. I was like, watch out. And of course, you guys proved me right, man, with that Tony Harrison W getting that belt.
I remember hearing you, man. You one of the few guys that was giving us a chance. I remember hearing that interview, man. We appreciate you having a little confidence. But don't worry, man. We Lord's will, we're gonna do a whole lot more damage, man. Just one fight at a time.